starting on Nuke.
Brazil has well and truly landed in Cologne. The FURIA fans in attendance for this one as they get ready to square off versus MOUZ. It's getting loud in here. It's early in the morning right now. This is a 1-0 game. MOUZ facing off against the top 5 squad in FURIA.
Yeah, you got German organization versus apparently crowd favorite FURIA making some noise in the building, and they're going to bring the energy in this pistol. MOUZ going fast out ramp, charging down to that B bomb site. Panic rotations here through the vent molly as FURIA have 2 in this B site. Only 1 remains.
One door swung open. Serato gonna pluck exertion out of the round. Just trying to stay alive now. He's got teammates closing in ramp side. With Molodoi causing chaos, denying this space out towards the double doors. Now start to feel very claustrophobic. They're gonna try and battle forward. Look to take this space back from Molodoi and Serato, but a backstab out of Yuri. Leaves it only on 1 man. Spinks is in a box here. They're all around him. Molodoi and Yuri holding on to those double doors. Can he find the way out?
With enough time given away, he could be anywhere. FURIA have to check over their shoulder. Spinks' position not revealed. They know about the gap. Which side will he clear? It's coming down to a 50-50. Spinks checking the vent, and Yuri holds strong. So FURIA, pistol in their pocket. A scary one at that, with MOUZ rushing them down with Glocks in secret. Lots of ways that can go wrong. FURIA holds strong, though. They looked great yesterday, did FURIA. Both these teams did. MOUZ beating through Legacy with no problem. FURIA onto bait. And 2 confidence-inspiring wins, I'd say, from 2 squads we have questions on for different reasons. For MOUZ, it's roster-related. For FURIA, it's form-dependent. What do we get from this squad? They were the front-runner coming into the last major after an uptick towards the end of 2025, but obviously disappointed. Since that point, FURIA, a couple more underwhelming performances, punctuated by a good opportunity at Rio, I'd say, a semi-final they could have won against Team Vitality. But for the most part, waiting to see that FURIA form of the latter half of 2025. No better time to do it than a major.
I mean, on the run-up to these major, both these squads were also in Astana. We never got to see them square off on opposite sides of the playoff bracket. MOUZ making it to the semis, going on to win that 3rd place decider. Meanwhile, for FURIA, a journey that ended in the quarters, but what an ending it was. A late pop here. A pretty clean shutdown of these pistols on the push.
FURIA definitely, they do still leave tournaments with a bang, don't they, even in losses? But here in a group stage, in stage 3, looking for playoffs, both these teams very hungry. And while you maybe want to look at the other matchups and say there's extremely clear favorites based on experience or form, this one is more up for debate. We don't know how high MOUZ's ceiling is right now. Double nades avoided. MOUZ reset on the ground outside. Molodoi made his early cross, and MOUZ don't know. Trouble.
Oh, Molodoi dead, burnt out by the util. Gonna try and pad out the yard. Fallen has reclaimed the kill. That's Spinks dead back in the lobby, so the lurk player removed for MOUZ. All they have is this space in yard. Rotate's starting to happen. 2 players already making their way down into lower.
Great reaction. Setup here would be nice. No need to push any further. You've got SMGs and Fall on the AK. Is he going to commit? YEKINDAR's anti. This is very close, though. Zersh might see both players at Molly. Oh, it misses. Disaster. He gets 1, but he burns alive. 1G in secret. Not ideal, and they don't know about YEKINDAR.
Yeah, it just gets overlooked, right? Never got the info from exertion. Zalex trying to close in on ramp side, give himself a post plant here to play with. FURIA, it's low and slow. Backstab for Zelex, and this could be lucrative. Both players back turn, they line up. Oh, what? No way, KScerato! 180 connects. And will that be enough here? It's the fangs of FURIA left in this 2v1, and they ice Torshi out. Talk about a way to get the game going. That's a bonus round from FURIA. It requires KScerato hitting a monster flick.
It requires a lot to go right, doesn't it? The missed Molotov from Exertion that might have trapped those two players in this double door might have given at least the info to YEKINDAR's position that finds another frag down there at Secret. And then this, I don't even know how KScerato had time to hit that flick headshot. It's a beautiful turn from a Zelex who had both kills on a plate. FURIA put MOUZ on pistols. Shaky start here. MOUZ in strong position, unable to convert.
I don't know how you find this sentiment, but I'm going to throw it out there, Hugo, and we can talk about it. Hang on a second. YEKINDAR, let's see if he can milk this.
He's walked right by. He doesn't know. This is going to go wrong for FURIA.
Yeah, they've got good timing, actually. That's KScerato dead in main, but a readjustment from Yuri, able to keep things in check.
Bomb goes out, that's great, yeah. Plant coming in, no punish available. Molotov putting pressure on from this top position, but Fallen does stop the planter. They've got this flank to worry about.
YEKINDAR should have this. So does get his reward from that push out in the yard.
It works out.
But yeah, here's kind of the thought I've been having, is this maybe the, you know, I doubt this will be the case with teams as such, but maybe the least we've looked at FURIA coming into one of these majors, because you think of, you know, you talked about Budapest, the idea that they were kind of the front runners for that one after a huge uptick in form. But where now we're looking at other squads in Spirit here, coachless on this insane run. Vitality, you're eyeing up the idea of them taking another major, adding to the trophy cabinet, trying to put the GOAT debate to rest. You're looking at Falcons with their roster change, with Carrigan in the squad now.
FURIA definitely are not in the top three
it's
of
maybe
those
the most
contenders.
Under the radar they've been in a hot minute.
Yeah, since they made this international switch, sure, they never really were a conversation for a trophy taker when they were full Brazilian, but obviously Budapest was very different for FURIA. Yeah, they're not in that top three without a doubt, and it's more kind of the unrealized potential of the Falcons that put them in that third place, but we've also seen recent results here. Second to the starter, they've had a good run recently, so FURIA, they've not had a great result, and you know, not counting Rio, top four is solid, but you know, Krakow, start of the year, coming second place, getting a map off of Team Vitality. That feels like eons ago at this point. It was only a few months. And so, as a result, yeah, FURIA are very much out of that conversation. I think that's good for them. Can come in prepared, come in unnoticed, and surprised. There's a few teams here at this major of different levels, not all contenders for the trophy, that have definitely been under the radar. I think a good example has been 9T, a team that I don't think people really prepped for, really thought too much about, and have come in and blown everyone out of the water. The question is, can FURIA find that form when it matters and not just have a clean stage 3 run, but have favorable matches on their side of the bracket? That's what it can come down to a lot of the time, with so many kryptonites available when it comes to these top 5, top 10 teams. You know, like think about Na'Vi. I would put Na'Vi at either 3 over Falcons or 4. Probably 3, given their recent performances and their win over Vitality being solid, but we know Falcons can win that matchup as well. At the same time, we look at Na'Vi and we watch them get destroyed by Spirit yesterday. That's one of those kryptonite matchups where even if Na'Vi are the second best team in the world, in theory, they can't beat Spirit. So playoff brackets are so important. If you're FURIA, you're still hoping someone beats Vitality in the quarterfinals. But this is no kryptonite matchup. This is a match that, since FURIA went international, 4 times played, has gone back and forth every single time. And that's without considering these MOUZ roster changes. So we have to see what they look like today. Oh, it's optimistic, Molodoi. Jump over the box. MOUZ make it down secret.
Okay, Serato, if he is going to rotate, got to begin very, very quickly because they're already down here. Yuri kind of selling this for K Serato, but dinked out by the Torshi Glock will get rid of him.
Ow.
And Yuri somehow ends up as the sole survivor. His teammate YEKINDAR still in at the top site, isn't making a move. Not yet anyhow. And Yuri's going to be hard pressed to find your way back into this, low on health. Doesn't look like FURIA believe in pulling back this 2v4. It's too far gone.
Yuri looking to make a late damage play, it looks like. Don't think they'll let him get away with anything sneaky here. Dropping Yorp is great value, especially if he can run away and keep his gun. But they will pick it up. MOUZ survive, get the round, and that's despite very quick rotations for FURIA. Don't know how Torshi gets that Glock kill. Was there a helmet at play? He just knocked out one of the FURIA players who are ahead of timing down the vents. FURIA were very quick to rotate, but in doing so, lost ramp fully. Spinks pushed the Molotov. So Torshi, the MVP, finding massive kills down secret to get that bomb planted. No helmet for K Serato. Ouch. So MOUZ are on the board.
For MOUZ, I'm going to be keeping a close eye on Spinks in this matchup. Had a very impressive start to the tournament. Kind of delivered on a bit of what was teased and promised in Atlanta, and I don't really think Atlanta, I mean, the PGL event. Astana. They sound so similar.
He had troubles at that event, right? Obviously, there were a lot of position changes across MOUZ, and, well, Spinks is back to his usual tricks, it looks like.
Kind of promised us that we would get a bit more aggro lurking out of the guy, and we didn't necessarily get that, but here on day one of the Major, I think he delivered on that promise, and he looked fantastic, so keeping a watchful eye on him. But this round, in spite of the opener that Spinks provided, rapidly starting to get a little weird here. YEKINDAR wide out in the open from heaven.
Ooh.
Goes for a mad dash in. Brolin puts him down.
Pre-fire was the right idea, but Brolin's quick to the shot, and MOUZ with a bomb plant despite low health. FURIA have the same problem. Both these players under 50. Yuri making a dash up heaven. Molodoi could smoke the T-vent in the door, but it's Yuri yet again just looking for damage or a late drop in. Hope that MOUZ count him out of this round. I don't think they're going to make that mistake. The only question is, does the low health hold them back? If anything, it should be Spinks playing the bomb, because Brolin will have to leave. Yuri, again, just wants to punish. He just wants to take guns away, and it's painful at that. Removing this AWP, something that MOUZ cannot retrieve. So damage is good here for FURIA, but it costs them just as much. And MOUZ could drop an AWP over. FURIA, it's all they have. So back-to-back rounds here for MOUZ.
I think a round like this is always pretty scary. It's Molodoi with a hero AWP. He's going to be looking to force fights. Going to be trying to be very active on that AWP.
Talk of active, you mentioned the aggro lurking for Spinks. We have had a couple of those already. I mean, coming out on walking to A in a 5v5, that's not the Spinks I know. Huge entry from him.
Ramp take, and Molodoi's AWP is here. MOUZ decide not to commit.
Smoke's down, but this time it's a fake out. K Serato's already lower. Molodoi has made the right read here, but this is just one AWP. Could it really win the round? He's committed, he believes, and he's onto something. Just needs to stay still. Bomb.
There's that jiggle. Torshi gives away the opening. Now they learn about the AWP. Does that try and force a change of direction here for MOUZ, or are they going to battle right into it? YEKINDAR on this AK finds the next three. Scavenges it from Zelex out in main and puts it to work straight away. What's Brolin even supposed to do? Yeah, this was meant to be an easy round. It's gotten away from you, and that vent drop is not safe.
Well, if Molodoi didn't have it, I assure you KScERATO would have. He was knife out in vent to secure that round. So perfect reposition from FURIA, putting Molodoi back on that A-bomb site, connects his YEKINDAR massive triple, and that is eco win here for FURIA. For the most part, just pistols. YEKINDAR does indeed put that AK-47 to work. And so MOUZ funneled into a trap. Brolin couldn't even find the vents. So MOUZ, this is their last buy before things get very tricky on this T side.
They look to go ramp quickly, but YEKINDAR's already down at lower, so Fallen can fall on back here. Look to play two players down in this lower position. They're gonna link up, YEKINDAR facing first, Fallen gets overlooked! And that might be the last mistake they make on this ramp hit. YEKINDAR and Fallen shut it all down. With only exertion left, FURIA rapidly closing in. Clutch shut down with no worries for FURIA.
Unfortunate display of fate for MOUZ because of their outside smokes in previous rounds and how much they've been crossing secret. FURIA decide to start one extra player on lower. It just so happens that that's as MOUZ rush ramp. So double setup, perfect bait and switch from YEKINDAR, and at least a Fallen finding a double here. Excellent work here. Not overcommitting down to B. They know ramp is a choke, and MOUZ can't get through it. So pistols out now for MOUZ. FURIA break them. And FURIA in a strong position to storm ahead in this map. This is the most played map since Zelix joined the roster for MOUZ. 9 times played. One of his more comfortable ones. But at the moment, outside is getting cordoned off. YEKINDAR's pushed up. So this one is no surprise from MOUZ. Oh. Oh.
Molodoi got handed the responsibility of ramp. Brolin breaks through on the Tech 9. Now they make it into lower. YEKINDAR scrambling down here on a rotate. It's the MP7, the gun for the job, all bearing down upon him from ramp side.
Oh, lurker.
Down low on this lurk.
Good escape. Numbers might decide it.
YEKINDAR still has this space, so they're lending him a bit of time, seeing if he gets that kill that brings FURIA back in to the conversation. Shut down straight away. And even though KScERATO gets that trade, I don't think him and Yuri are feeling this. Round just feels too far gone after the double entry out of Brolin ramp side.
Just excellent work for Brolin. That is somewhat the Molodoi effect. It was awkward timing for FURIA, shuffling their ramp player out and Molodoi in. And so MOUZ break that timing by rushing the molly, but it's Molodoi's repeat that costs FURIA here. It gives away the gun. Then they feel like they have to chase to stop Brolin picking it up, leads to a double kill. It's because they just got back in position. FURIA aren't ready to concede ramp to B, but it would have been the better option of the two. The alternative is 2 kills off the Tech 9 for Brolin. This repeat that cost them. And what a combo from Brolin. Hands out all right back to Torshi.
Nice boy, sit fucking run. Nice.
But FURIA's rotations have been really good in this map, so it's fine to concede the lower control here from what we've seen in this game. Feels like MOUZ are really game planning for B one way or another. Be it through ramp or secret. Keep trying to break the timings, push the util of FURIA, disrespect. But maybe we see something more standard this time, as MOUZ have another opportunity on the rifle round, and they have Torshi on the AWP. Let him work.
These yard smokes again. Zelix getting a play with them. Molodoi posted on this AWP, joining up with YEKINDAR out in the yard. You see that double wall, you know that players can be crossing behind it. Break for Molodoi, but there's still multiple windows here where many players could have made it down into secret. It's Fallen ramp side looking to get tested again.
On his own.
Do they clear this box? So often this position overlooked. And if you forget about it, it can ruin rounds. There's 3 players out there in front of Fallen, and on that swing does big damage, but can't finish the job. Again, a double entry out towards ramp from Brolin.
See, the young veteran showing off his individual prowess in this tournament so far for MOUZ. Showed up against Legacy, doing the same against these Brazilians. Beautiful double entry kill out of Brolin on a whiff chance for Fallen, and because of the smoke, Zelix has full lower control already cleared out. MOUZ feel barely any paranoia about putting that bomb down in the open. Great round here out of MOUZ, put together so cleanly. And FURIA kicking themselves because they know that a couple of better play shots from Fallen would have ruined that whole plan. Sometimes it just comes down to that. Hell of a round to lose for FURIA, but at least they save their guns. They get to fight on in this half.
Terrorists win.
Well, if there's a gap on the map, it's called ramp. 2 doubles from Brolin in this game to single-handedly win the round.
I think when you're starting to feel ramp pressure like this as well, it makes Nuke really, really stressful, doesn't it? Like, you're getting paranoid about lower. It can be really, really hard to know how to kind of balance the checkbook in these situations, right?
If you try and rotate to make up for it, suddenly they go for the A hit, they walk back off ramp, the map goes quiet, they hit A, you're already down the vent. You know, it's going to affect the whole team in their rotations. Cheeky for Zelix, what's he up to?
Walking ahead of these smokes and looking for fights out towards CT and main. Flash to try and bring him in. Won't get past YEKINDAR. Smoke will go in to block him off main side. Oh, held for that drop down. Molodoi's got the cover. And so this one looking far better for FURIA, 5v3.
Yeah, and they know there's more. Someone threw that flash, so there's no questions here. FURIA still can remain with eyes outside. They don't feel like they need to stop secret control. They can retake B from ramp, having that locked down with Fallen's second orb. So FURIA still in strong positions. Just can't give away free entry kills. That almost comes through. Info is key. Serato tucks in after spotting them in main. A split, cordoned off.
Hell of a crossfire. They try to dodge it. They try and make it down the vent. The bomb will survive. And now Exertion and Spinks looking to hold on in a 2v5. YEKINDAR able to pounce out from the door. And they know they've got Exertion boxed in. Util starts to rain down and the orbs provide cover. FURIA don't let that get weird. 5v2 sitting so pretty and only 1 kill past that point.
That's a lot better round for Molodoi as well. Just sat back CT outside, able to connect 2 kills on the cross. Stop that main split, that heaven wrap here for MOUZ. Multiple attempts to control outside, but they've been shut down in the majority of them. Best success has come from MOUZ down secret on this B hit or out ramp. But they're still trying to keep FURIA guessing. Questions answered in this round for FURIA. Double orb remains for the last round of the half. MOUZ didn't see it. However, no orb for MOUZ here, so suggesting something quicker.
I think if you're MOUZ, you're almost hoping that FURIA try and solve this ramp gap with numbers. So not knowing about that double orb, wonder if that comes back to haunt them. Because there's a world where you're anticipating kind of slower reactions out towards A. and didn't look to solve his ramp issues by bringing more players over. He's just changed the weapon he's fighting it with, going back to his old faithful AWP. And this round, not even playing ramp, just left a huge gap there off the top. Going for secret control to clear the yard early.
Alex lurking main. A pressure coming in. Molodoi connects the shot, but the trading is not there until Zelex lines up a double. Keserato keeps the round alive, but FURIA might have to concede this site. It's going to be a post plant. MOUZ putting it down, fallen in an unorthodox position, but that's exactly why it works.
YEKINDAR closing in quickly, and a backstab that's well timed. It's just Spinks, 2 kills to his name right now. Been quiet here on their T side. And he's the one a little cold, a little rusty left in this clutch. Just surrounded. FURIA able to lock it down. Game plan for MOUZ seemed to be to abuse ramp, use that to condition FURIA in that first half, and FURIA never fall for it. A winning CT side venture to get this BO3 going.
Oh wow, there's the first for Huntfrag. Hiko gets a double. There's still 2 players left. They got no help on them. 13 and 3. Oh my goodness, how does he do this? How does Hiko do it again?
FURIA have come to play at this major. An 8-round first half locks MOUZ out of Nuke, and it's going to be an uphill battle here for this mixed team to put it back together. FURIA looking solid, some frustration on their faces, but overall winning the rounds that really matter to storm ahead in this map. This is MOUZ's map pick. It is their most played map since Alex joined the roster. And some nice moments out ramp for Brolin, but for the most part, a slow start for MOUZ.
Yeah, you know, it's both nice, but also a little concerning that the former captain, Brolin, right now, the real difference maker for MOUZ. And on this T side, FURIA don't hang about, do they? Fast pace into the top site. And a convincing pistol looking to get leveled against MOUZ.
Got it down.
This is going to make things go from bad to worse as Torshi commits to the save. FURIA onto 9 and looking for a streak to start this second half.
That looked like a brutal set pistol here for FURIA. Just great utility, flashing MOUZ in every position. They try and swing back behind T-Vent to find some cover, and that's when KSCERATO's lurking door and shoots you in the back of the head. Felt like there was nowhere to hide in that top site for MOUZ. And if Torshi's saving his armor, he better get a move on. Because that bomb's going off. This is FURIA onto 9 rounds, winning both pistols in this map.
Terrorists win.
Excellent start to the game here for a FURIA who have unfinished business at majors. Certainly struggled finding success on the biggest of stages since bringing in this international component to their roster. Back in Austin, it was a complete fumble, falling to their counterparts in pain in the quarterfinals. Shocking disappearance from Molodoi into Budapest. Same story. All the expectations for FURIA, none of the results. Na'Vi caught him off guard, as they often do in a major playoff. And so will FURIA finish their business in Cologne is the question. There are so many contenders for this trophy, so many teams vying for it. Of course, Vitality as a heavy favorite, but other teams entering that conversation. Spirit, Falcons with questions. Na'Vi knowing they can beat Vitality on the right day. And so FURIA look to find some comfort. A clean stage 3 would be one way to start it.
Potential for FURIA to outbrain themselves here. We're heading into that empty lower site. They changed their mind and now try and pounce on the A play. In doing so, they're going right into the stack. Shut down for Brolin. He's had a couple of key double kills in this. There's one more back for Zelex. Hold on. This is far from over because Brolin's not giving up. Yuri's shut down as Zelex delivers. And the bomb will get planted in it lower, but it's only YEKINDAR. Literally 1 HP. Hell, even a flash grenade hitting this guy kills him and stops the round. He's in no position to long out a gunfight. This has to be clinical. First shot connects. Holding for Spinks. Tries to bait him in. YEKINDAR nails it. No room for error. You couldn't afford a miss, and so he doesn't.
And that's Spinks in the mud at this point. 2 and 10. 1v1 against 1 HP YEKINDAR. He has an HE grenade, Harry. He doesn't throw it. Once the element of surprise, well, surprise, surprise, FURIA convert their pistol in a very difficult round. YEKINDAR bails away from his whole team, but boy, was it worth it. Round of applause from the professor.
And that is just the ultimate gut punch, isn't it, right? Yeah. You get the exact play you're hoping for. They walk into the stack. You've got a guy with 1 health between you and a potential comeback, and you can't close it. Now, you talked about FURIA feeling like they have unfinished business at these majors. I think one of the other things that's cool is obviously, you know, this is a big deal, getting a Cologne Major again, 10 years since the last one. And the last champion a Cologne Major had was that SK squad with Fallen at the helm. It was actually his best performance at a major ever individually to go alongside that. And so sure, 10 years ago, there's only 4 players from that major still competing in this one, and Fallen is one of those 4.
And are all 4 contenders? Certainly up there. But to know it's his best tournament, and we've still seen some great games out of Fallen in the last 6 months in the FURIA jersey, not going out quietly. Neither's Brolin, man, doing everything he can in this game to keep MOUZ alive, but FURIA are just swimming away.
Bomb has been planted.
Careful. 2 low players, but only a USP. Yuri is willingly taking this fight, and that is it. 11-4. MOUZ get 1 gun round in this CT side, and without it, we go to the second map of this series. Blink and you miss it. Nuke might be over. Inferno's up next for FURIA. For as good as MOUZ looked yesterday, we're not getting much of that. FURIA staying very calm. Fans less so.
For MOUZ, it just feels like a bit of a failure to launch on a couple of key individuals. It's great that Brolin's playing so well on such short notice. Where the hell is the rest of this team?
Yeah, Torshi looked great yesterday.
Yeah, just for me on the mental side, let's see if we can get to 7 rounds, okay? Yeah, get to 7 rounds. It's 3 rounds now. Buy rounds are starting. They just have the pistols this game, boys. That's it. In terms of buy rounds, we're winning. Yeah.
It's a fair point. Cyclone trying to bring his team back in with some more success in these rifles. But at the same time, FURIA have wind in their sails. Oh my goodness, Exertion just coming through this smoke. But he will go the safe side into Garage, still allowing the path to Secret if YEKINDAR wanted it. 17-6.
I think one of the things that's awkward with a game like this, though, is you're all feeling some burden to try and make these hero plays. And as we see from Brolin there, it sometimes just leads to you to, you know, commit to fights maybe you would have shied away from. You would have looked to long out a little bit earlier. Brolin certainly feeling some pressure to try and be the difference maker. Good clawback for Exertion out in the yard at least. That's going to stop them looking over their shoulder. They've now got info that yard is empty. One player that was spotted is now accounted for. Ramp take out of FURIA. They'll move in and they get this space for free.
You understand why Zelix gives it up. It was probably the right play, but they just have no one on this lower rotation. Dropping quickly as Exertion. They have to fight for something, though. No nades for this post plan. MOUZ throwing themselves into gunfights. It's all they've got.
I mean, look at Serato closing in. If that bomb goes down, Serato could just be here to clean it all up. They know about the Torshi AWP, and that's his object. Torshi gets eyes on in time. Now it's Yuri, 1v2, boxed in. Tag connects, but Torshi's going to finish the job. It's another low HP clutch for FURIA.
Oh, they had it. MOUZ knew exactly.
Stacking him up.
MOUZ knew exactly where he was. They had him locked in that corner. Torshi called it. Zelix comes out, gives him the free kill with no damage. Comes to Torshi AWP shot, but of course, YEKINDAR gets it over the line. Yuri, we'll get there. Yuri and YEKINDAR, 2 low health clutches. Before this round starts.
When they get something, it quickly goes awry, man. Burning in his Molotov there. Spinks falls in spite of briefly securing you an opening. Now looking for a ramp hit. Two players here waiting to receive. Brolin and Torshi. Brolin's been the ramp man throughout this whole game. Dead after one. Heavy ramp rotates, and YEKINDAR's going to try and come up. Zelex can't afford to give this fight away. Just getting toyed with, getting played with on the ladder. And at this point, it's got to be racing through his mind. Well, why is he drawing my attention? What's Fallen up to? What's he trying to do in this moment? And Zelex going to find out the hard way. Brought down low. Fallen catching that aggression ramp side. And there's been a number of clutches in this game thus far for FURIA.
Surely not.
Is Fallen really going to throw his hat in the ring? Reposition on Zelex, trying to dodge. Down the vent. Leaves the A-site hold to Exertion. Full health Shaw and a more experienced voice to keep an eye on this top site.
You wouldn't expect Heaven to be open. Not this late in the round. Can Fallen piece it together.
He's given a peek there. Molly into Heaven. This might make him feel like he's got the room to go for the plant, but they close in on him quickly. They don't give him that respect. And so finally shutting down one of these clutches on the MOUZ side. And even that, I think, just lets you breathe a sigh of relief. There's been two very tense clutch moments coming through for FURIA in this T-half. Could have gone some way to recovering this game for MOUZ. They at least get the jump on FURIA once over in these 2v1s.
Let's go!
Still trying to believe here. Trying to get to 7. Then the goal raises. MOUZ already a man down, and Spinks has just been a liability in this game. 3 and 14. Gives up the first kill. Not very Spinks-like. It's weird, we saw that one aggressive round from him early in the half. Early in the game, it looked really nice. He got an entry, won them the round, but since that point, he has had no impact in this match. And now he's given away advantages back-to-back rounds.
Yeah, and I think it's awkward, right? This is the Spinks trying to kind of reinvent himself a little bit inside of this new look MOUZ squad, but I think that the problem there is, you said it earlier, right? When he went for these aggressive lurks, it's not very Spinks-like. And so the idea that you're trying to play this reinvented version of yourself, the least comfortable version, you don't have a lot to fall back on if you're Spinks, and you saw that attempt at the early fight there. It just looked ugly in the way that he takes it. Gives away the advantage, and FURIA, they're not going to throw this chance away. 5v4 on their force buy.
The reposition, Zertion clearing outside lets him reinforce this A site. It's going to be needed. FURIA are coming in with an execute.
Can't afford to die here. Nothing done out of Exertion. Now FURIA set their sights on that vent drop. Multiple players making it down. Bomb lost to get there, but will survive the crossing. It's Brolin in position. Dead straight away. And with this force, FURIA end up in a post plant. A man up, 3v2, trying to close this here and now.
Should be simple. FURIA fall back into positions. MOUZ pressure on their backs. Kit on Torshi, smoke on Zelex. They have to combine. They have to both survive if they're in for a chance of this round. Double window. MOUZ flash into the site. They don't realize. Back on Astralis, back hiding in the corner. Keserato spotted. Zelex goes for the fight, but there is a smoke lost, and the kit falls as well. Finish the job by Molodoi. A fantastic game across the board, bottom to top for FURIA. Everybody shows up, and MOUZ don't even get to play in this map. That is their pick in the series, and FURIA bang them out. Yeah, there's plenty of opportunities here, right? We have Falcons playing Petboom, we have Spirits playing Aurora, we have Vitality taking on 90, but FURIA are just looking to get there first, and well, after a map like that versus MOUZ, Inferno certainly sets them up for success. It's a weird map for MOUZ. It's a map that they initially had success on out of the gate back at Astana, but then struggled at CAC against lesser opposition, and of course, none of that with this roster that we have on our screen, so MOUZ are going to have to punch up again. Great opening kill for Torshi ahead of the mid smoke. Finds a 5v4 for MOUZ.
Furia looked to pick up the pace there, but blocked by this util. Does that give them a second thought? They don't decide to go right through it. And so back to the drawing board on this one. Down banana they go. Torshi deep in the apartments. Wasn't content with just the one opening. Tries to make it another. Now they're up and past him. Zelex also reveals his position in the site with this smoke drop.
They can slow down. YEKINDAR has long wrap. He has great timing. He's just missed that chance, but there's a player on the site. Spot for YEKINDAR. He's got everything right now, but he's got to worry about spawn. 3 players rotating in.
Knows where all these guys are, but you got to start connecting some shots. Molodoy and Yuri manage theirs, and that will be a bomb plant secured for Furia. Now trying to claw back a 2v3 in this post plant. And a wrap for Molodoy. Think down range for Yuri. He'll finish the job twice over. Just left his Spinks coming into this ice cold off the back of a rough performance on Nuke. Double swung does not make it easier. A man down. Having to change the game plan in the mid-round. Furia still pull through.
Hey, great to see Yuri showing up today. Had that big clutch on Nuke. Finds 4 in this pistol from a disadvantage as well. This is the probably most criticized player for Furia, the dawn of this year. And he stepped up in Rio massively in the group stages. Was the highest rated player, one of the guys to watch out for. So great to see him still in his stride here in Cologne. Furia pistol locked in. They've won every single one in this series and converted them too. So Torch is going to have to do a lot to change that. 2 scout tags is not bad. And as Ash was saying back on the desk, while we expect to see YEKINDAR front of the pack, a lot of the times you'll see him on his own, up to no good. Even last round, long wrap while his team were up short. He knows when to take the space, find the gaps. And so he leaves B open for his team as Fallen drops utility over for YEKINDAR to sell. Where will Furia end?
Oh, MOUZ look like they want to re-clear mid. Spinks and Brolin are moving. Get the info, the players are still hanging around here. And so that just galvanizes this 3-man stack over in A. Util out of the B site. Exertion had to hold on there. Gets past YEKINDAR.
Bomb is B. This is going wrong.
They're going to try and rejoin him. Link up with Fallen, maybe? Or is
So
this just
unsure.
a save? Feels crazy to call. 20 seconds left, but I don't think they can win this. Bomb's only just going down banana now. It's going to be a last-second hit if they do go for it.
Going for it, they just need clean entries, and there's no one in the pit. So surely Furia don't clear these positions correctly. They're going to get hung in. 10 seconds, chasing, 5-7, backside, doing damage. Deagle unknown about, and that plant is going to get denied. Off the bomb, off with a chance. All the kills and none of the time. That's a messy round from Furia. Thinking they forced MOUZ's early rotation to B, but they never bulked. Exertion alone on that B bomb site the whole time. And so Furia can't make their mind up. A very delayed A hit.
Nice set on A, and they're going quickly. Util in, hiding in this top mid smoke. The spam does the heavy lifting for MOUZ. So the change of pace from Furia promptly denied.
You could want to save this AK already, but I don't think MOUZ will let you.
YEKINDAR's handed it off to KScerato. Faith in him to try and recover something from this dire situation.
Long flash, but everyone's safe. No kills available.
To send him in, and an instant swing on the back of it for Brolin.
Nice.
You love that idea. Hear the flash. No, you can throw the timing through a bit of a loop there, right? As KScerato's clearing the deeper angles, you hand him a close swing. And there's no winning this for YEKINDAR. So pistol for FURIA, but a 4-spy conversion for this MOUZ squad. And getting through this one, 5 alive. Just a nice boost for MOUZ.
Gonna have a heap of money indeed. They were locked out on T-side Nuke to start this series. So it is a difficult and very technical place to be. But here on CT, Inferno gonna get to go through the motions. Be a lot easier to warm back into this series for sure. So after losing all 3 pistols, it's very reassuring the MOUZ do find a 4-spy. We heard Cyclone in that last map talk about how they're doing great in rifles. Just being down 0-3 at the start of every half makes your map so difficult.
Yeah, a sentiment that was even echoed by FURIA in that podcast they played in between, that round table. Talking about how if you lose both pistols, fall down in a rifle, suddenly, you know, you could be 8 rounds down.
Well, don't lose to the
bomb plant
eco
here at bare minimum. Can you sweeten the deal though, FURIA? They've scavenged some guns. Util gonna slow that bomb plant so you don't get it in as fast as you would like. And MOUZ is just gonna try and clamp down on this. Kill back for Yuri. Now he's onto something. Spot for Zelex. Low on ammo, needs to get this reload off. Fresh mag getting put in. Zelex closing the distance on the reload. No armor on Yuri, so we'll get aim punched here. Had to be clinical on that first shot. An important clutch for MOUZ's rookie. Stops that from getting any more awkward.
Yeah, very important for Zelex. That was a scary one against Yuri backside with a better gun, but patience pays off, just holds his line, and Yuri walks right into it. So reassuring for MOUZ, a dangerous decision to rush through the smoke. They had so much utility to exec B. They could have done Molly's back quad, flash Spinks out, but MOUZ just take their timing, and it does work out on the clutch. FURIA still make a good bit of money from the eco plant. So plenty of opportunity to get back in this game. Oh, YEKINDAR eats 2 grenades in this round, and he doesn't get to play.
Yeah, one of the faster looks you've had out of him in that banana take. Oof. And everywhere FURIA have looked for solutions, they've only found more problems. Orb now posted out here in middle. And this shot from Torshi has let one slip the net. Aggression in the downtime out here towards B. Molidoy playing it forward. Quick trade for Brolin. As the former captain and the new guy, the new captain, play in tandem over towards this B site. They never let the pressure off. Fallen and Yuri split up here in this 2v4. Full belter Util still on the back of Fallen. Just puffing his chest up right now. Trying to keep eyeballs on this B site. Hoping that gives Yuri some room to work with, but this is not an easy crossfire to get through. Player on balcony, man down in the pit. Ready to just swing on contact at a moment's notice.
I feel like Spinks won't swing though, right? He's going to get that clean entry. Spinks, yeah, he just hides out in his position, hoping it's not going to get cleared. It might still work out. It's Spinks after all. The nade is a problem, but he still has unsuspecting players coming his way. Easy pickup for Spinks. Turn back does get the trade, but Fallen 1v2 now. Run down by the pistol. That's enough for Torshi to win this round. And MOUZ breathe easy with a clutch found, or rather denied, and a 4th round on the board. Nice to see Brolin still showing up for MOUZ in Banana.
And this is where, you know, the relative success in your rifle round starts to re-enter MOUZ's minds again. Last time, no pistols back on Nuke. Game decisively goes against them. They able to win out with that force in the second here. Now just going from strength to strength again, bullying YEKINDAR at Banana with this util.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of that, aren't they? YEKINDAR not really getting to play these rounds at the moment. 36 health, no kills yet. Has to concede eventually. And MOUZ a triple B, so they're not done with Banana either. Full take comes through with more Molotovs landing. That's a lot of util used by MOUZ, especially now that they don't play it, giving it up completely. FURIA walk right back in.
They're expecting a reaction right now on the other end of the map. So yeah, lob in all that util, kind of overplay your hand down Banana and hope you get the reaction you're looking for.
They want FURIA to jump on this A site, but not biting. Still in their defaults. And so they hedge their bets, but now they can lean back. Torshi hits his in middle. Yuri does get out. Not for long. Why not a third? These rounds are just falling apart at the seams, becoming unstitched for FURIA. And with no smoke down, Xerxia might have more in store.
Even has Spinks nearby to help him out if he needs it. It's 0-5 YEKINDAR, but on the receiving end of all this Banana util, and not even going to attempt this round. Just out of your hands on this one, that Torshi orb. Phenomenal sequence over towards mid. Relieving to see he's got that in him after a rough first map for MOUZ.
He didn't miss a shot yesterday against Legacy. Think of that dust too, where you see a lot of AWPers miss on that cross from Long or Carr. Torshi was not the guy. He nailed it every single time, so reassuring that he's back in this BO3. Just making it look easy. And I like the idea for MOUZ, trying to force FURIA's mistake, trying to force them into a full stack, but FURIA don't bite. And it's not like that does them any favors anyway. One by one, dry into this orb. YEKINDAR's saved AK is all they can muster. And you do wonder if they still want Banana as much as they have, because not only do they not get any kills in this position, MOUZ aren't conceding them, but they are sustaining a lot of damage and just getting up to logs.
Yeah, it feels like in this round with the hero gun, you can't really justify looking for it, right? You've been wrecked by the util. You don't want YEKINDAR, the one guy with the rifle, brought down low in the first few seconds. Wouldn't surprise me if they omit that early control in this round. Again, with just that standard util, but don't feel like they can play through, and you see the double nades land there. It's a bloody good thing he didn't.
3B every time recently for MOUZ. That rotate does come through. YEKINDAR, of course, nothing comes for free. And Molly flash as MOUZ push back out. They are very aggressive.
Oh, we've been seeing him get whittled down by util. Finally a chance to play, but the cover in. Rather than an exertion, trading contact. Banana side. Trapped by the util was exertion. Was always going to struggle to survive for long. Still the advantage resting with MOUZ. Second player bought over, third on the way. B hit coming through now for FURIA. Fallen hits a blinder to get the ball rolling.
I thought that was going to go very wrong, but Fallen has just bailed them out with a run and gun. Bomb planted, 2 rifles in this post plant puts FURIA in the advantage. We're going to have a handoff as well. Everybody gets a rifle, and MOUZ have a decision to make. It will be opened up by this fight in Banana. Yuri v Zelex coming in on the flank. Yuri tucked in. Zelex has to clear this properly, and he does. It's on.
Fallen and Keserato are playing this one together. Back at the site. Fallen gets info on both and now makes it that much easier for Keserato. Here to close rounds like this, but Torshi rips it from him. Defuse with seconds remaining. And MOUZ just keep racking them up. 6 in a row on this CT side.
How are they doing this? How are they winning these extremely clutch rounds against FURIA after the game we just saw from the Brazilians on last map? MOUZ are shutting out every 1vx, every late round situation. Playing with a lot of confidence at this point. Some nice shots in this round from FURIA, still not enough. This is MOUZ who are pushing smokes, pushing the boat out, and absolutely winning in Banana. FURIA have had nothing reliable in this T side. They have won the pistol, that is it. And there we go, another entry for Torshi. FURIA didn't even realize that was an option. Break on the mid-smoke, punish.
He's got to be expecting this retake util out of MOUZ. He saw there were no double nades down Banana at the start of this, so I don't think you can even chance going to the half wall.
And there they go. Nades everywhere. YEKINDAR has disappeared. However, that's just more map control for MOUZ. They reblock car. Exertion checks it out. Now they can pre-rotate and pad A. Sooner they go, the better. Leaving a man on the boost is something, but there's only 2 players committed at this point. I feel like MOUZ have unlimited utility. It just keeps coming down. Another smoke molly on this B site, but FURIA, unbothered, are going in.
Torshi even blocking the apartments now at the 30-second mark. That's where Keserato was hoping to play his hand in this round. They have to come through the cards, but 20 seconds left. You've got to come through this util. Spinks is waiting for that exact move. Fallen dead over on the long side, and this one getting shut down convincingly. This Torshi AWP. So often it's just been this double A start, and Torshi has actually thrived in this extra responsibility.
FURIA just don't know where MOUZ are at any point in the round. I thought Fallen could have walked through the front of that moto smoke into the site. He would have actually had a gap there, but Spinks was playing in the corner to deny the safest route. And everywhere FURIA go, they run into MOUZ and have yet to win any integral fights in these rounds. More disasters here for FURIA, as B is a lockout and Torshi is not missing.
YEKINDAR had a very good spawn in this round. I think this might be the first time he tries to get ahead of some of this Banana util. Gets himself tucked in logs, sees that early onslaught make its way over, and gets some nade damage of his own for a change. He's keen to try and fight this. FURIA feel like they can't operate without first putting the fear in this Banana hold. Oh. He's dead straight away. Exertion. The whole team out towards B here, backing him up. Molidoy trying to give chase. Will claw back one of these kills, but for how long?
Can't get through these two. Still here fighting ahead of the smoke. Fallen can't commit. He's got the bomb on his back. Even though FURIA finally get the fight, they lose 2 of them. YEKINDAR 0 and 8. Banana has just been closed in this CT side. Very nice B holds out of MOUZ. We're not even getting to see FURIA execute. So they just go for a gut punch through the apartments. Torshi's AWP searching, clearing, finding nothing, and that does force a rotation for MOUZ. A bit of paranoia might give FURIA a chance.
Is Torshi going too? Yeah, looks like it. He's beginning his rotation. Zelex is left entirely alone on this A side of the map. This is quite the gamble for MOUZ in the final 30 seconds. They saw FURIA actively looking for that Banana control. Trying to take it early. It's got them paranoid about B. The mid clear has only sold them on this lie. Contact, walk out. Footsteps heard. Torshi arrives just in time. It's Alex hiding out over at short. Keserato able to get past it. It's the Torshi AWP that just refuses to show mercy.
And this is what we were saying yesterday. If this is the form that Torshi is bringing into Cologne, MOUZ have a shot at doing something special. Torshi not missing a beat, not missing a single click on his mouse. 14 and 3, not only in the right place, but hitting it every single time.
When you have a guy acting as a one-man army, just a railgun at the A site, I don't know how you beat that. Look at what it's allowing MOUZ to do. They've not been starting with 3 players A ever, even when they've been dealt some of these faster top mid takes. Torshi is just multi-killing his way through.
Yeah.
It's giving you so much freedom. Exertion right now feels like he could call almost anything, and it would still pan out, because you've got this guy and his AWP able to get through the entire FURIA roster if that's a requirement.
Just makes it look so easy here, does Torshi. No one looking his way. Quick picks. And MOUZ making this one efficient. 8-1 CT side.
Starting triple B, but look at the move from Torshi.
This is audacious. If you die here, you open up the whole round on this A side, but FURIA don't want to fight middle. They feel threatened by the presence of that orb. There is nowhere they can go if they don't want to fight
the
mid.
last guy thinking, I might die here with the game he's having.
But FURIA literally can't play anything off spawn. They can't go in middle because of the AWP, and they've been seeing Torshi there every round. And they can't go B because the nades have just been nukes.
And that's the advantage of being able to start triple B every round, right? You throw in such a powerful combo that you're not getting banana space. You're not able to take it early. Even the ventures where you've dodged that early util and tried to take it late haven't panned out.
It's also not just triple B, it's the variety of hits we've seen on this B bomb site from MOUZ, right? They've gone for deep nades early, then they go for retake utility. They use 3 or 4 sets of Molotovs to control this position. We're not even seeing this block B, play the bomb site, try and time out FURIA's execute. It's not coming down to that. This is MOUZ initiating. There are 40 seconds on the clock right now, and nothing has happened. They even have a reflash for Banana. As FURIA try and go for this execute, MOUZ are going to be a step ahead.
Again, the Torshi AWP landing the opening damage. Nade to follow up, Fallen brushed aside. They do lose the long control. And so this becomes a problem for the rifles in the bomb site to deal with.
Time.
Zelek's dead straight away. 10 seconds in this round. And with Spinks dinked up, Torshi feeling desperate. FURIA will get these breakthrough kills.
Well, finally.
An 8-round hiatus.
Yeah.
They're about to get their second on the board.
Finally, someone else is called upon, and unfortunately for MOUZ, they're not able to step up. Zelek and Spinks don't even drop a kill in the bucket, and so FURIA are able to trade their way through. Torshi feeling like he had to play there, and to be honest, with the game he's had, can't really argue against a smoke push and hope for luck to go your way. Zershan saving far from this position as FURIA do convert one more round.
If you're MOUZ here, you just got to be telling yourselves, don't let them back in. 4 rounds might not sound like a hell of a lot, but with a pistol, you're suddenly looking at a 1-round game. This has been an incredibly dominant CT side, and so you don't want FURIA to come in and give themselves a second chance right at the end of a super clean half.
Let's see if FURIA can stay in consideration on this second map. That's only their first gun round all game. Deeper T utility this time. And MOUZ do play 3 inside of the bomb site. Torshi's going for smoke shots. I just don't see FURIA this passive in Banana very often. Again, random late nade timing here from MOUZ. But they really have conditioned FURIA out of this position. We just haven't seen B executes in this game. And now MOUZ gamble again. 4-1. FURIA might finally get what they bargained for.
These rotates are starting to arrive ahead of the execute. And FURIA make a bit of noise at Banana. They're going to leave YEKINDAR some util at the back of the pack. He's going to try and set them up for this A play. Only 2 guys here for MOUZ, but it's the 2 that have stopped every one of these A pushes. Torshi and Zelek. Zelek's going to open the Torshi AWP. One won't cut it. He's been Mr. Multi-kill down in the pit. Nails that first. Torshi with follow-up damage. And now his teammate joins him. Spinks quick to move in. Molodoi brought down low, and there isn't time to close on this round. The two-man hold at A is looking more convincing than the stacks.
How is that even possible? Torshi just putting on so much pressure from his position. I love that backup as well. There's 30 seconds on the clock. MOUZ are in deep positions, and Torshi calls all the way back to the safest spot, knowing he can live on this execute. Sends Zelex in for info, goes 1 for 1, tees Torshi up for more damage. 17-4. What a takeover of this game. We haven't even talked about Molodoi. His orb's not been a factor, but finally pulled in the last round of the half, and it does take Torshi out.
Surely you want to try and pick up the pace on this A play. You've dealt with the big man, you've dealt with the danger man, and you're seeing all this aggression down through Banana.
Pace picked up elsewhere. It's MOUZ pushing down.
I feel like maybe they have to. Furia will set their sights on this A play, but Molodoi is the bomb, and he's holding for this Banana push. You wait too long, you miss the window. You go too soon, the bomb could get cut off.
Scared of Spinks in the pit. That's why KSCERATO's not trying to punish Zelex, who he just heard on short. But that passive gives Zelex time to cross. MOUZ stack on this site now. And Banana is so scary to clear alone. Molodoi surely can't do this with the orb. He's got to wait for Yuri to come in. Reblock at B. A little early here, but with 3 players at A, Sershin doesn't want to take chances. And so smoke down, Furia turn around, and they again go into the stack. We might have double digits at the half for MOUZ.
Sping starting to reconsider in the final 20 seconds, makes his move back over to B. You see an A-Smoke come in now, and he'll hang around. Crossfire here between Brolin and Zelex. Brolin connects, lines him up, knocks him down, left to KSCERATO, and he's got to plug this bomb in. Spinks is going to try and play it forward, charging at him.
Oh no.
KSCERATO has a shot at this 1v1, but he's got to nail it, and Spinks takes him down a peg. MOUZ, they get through with double digits on this CT side. That's without a pistol, a turnaround in the force, and Torshi absolutely lighting up the server on this AWP. They want to make this a 3-map series.
7 seconds, they've got the bomb. They're trying to go pyramid, but there's no more play. Stewie's won the round. We go to overtime. Well, MOUZ may have started slow in this series, but no longer here on Inferno. 10 rounds on their CT side, an absolute shutdown of FURIA's map pick as these two teams look to trade out and go the distance on Overpass. It is a show up from Torshi, a recovery from Spinks, and everybody holding their own here for MOUZ. Whereas YEKINDAR didn't even get up Banana. He barely got a kill come the end of the half. This might be FURIA getting left alone in the dust.
Yeah, just an incredibly punishing CT side from MOUZ. If you never get Banana, what are you supposed to do on Inferno? With Torshi nailing every multi-kill required of him in those A-holds, the map just felt like FURIA were never in a position to succeed.
They were cowering at ramp multiple gun rounds without mid nor Banana. You don't see that every game. And so they play out the pistol, maybe a formality for FURIA if they lose it. MOUZ have a lot of utility to ensure that does happen. 4-man stack. MOUZ go into it.
One of the 2 rounds FURIA had was the pistol back in that first half. Oh, they don't see this.
Oh, everybody blind.
Towards the balcony, Brolin closing in, won't get past him. This pit hold is working. FURIA holding on, but for how long is all the kills collected for MOUZ?
I've never seen so many blind players. Both teams were fully flashed from their opponent's utility, standing in the open. It's the second recommit for MOUZ that is enough. And, oh, YEKINDAR, it's not your game, buddy. You're going to have to reset come the third, because this is a wash. You thought Nuke was one-sided. Inferno might be even more so. MOUZ move mountains here in this second map. Look at this. The mice are running up the walls.
No! I want to play for info, bro. I want that pick.
It's a game where nothing can go wrong. Another stack, another hope here for FURIA. It's a lot of eggs in one basket. Let's hope they don't get cracked.
There he is them. I mean, this has just been a familiar feeling all across this game, hasn't it? They're making the picture-perfect moves. Dodging this stack over in B, and with just one from Yuri, this will be a save, a chance to try and play with these pistols. But I don't think there's any stopping MOUZ at this point. FURIA lost the initiative a long time ago. MOUZ have been in full control all across Inferno.
Very impressive for MOUZ.
A comeback like this after the game we just had on Nuke was, I think, to say the least, unexpected.
Felt like, you know, FURIA came in with great form today. How quickly it can disappear in Counter-Strike. And once again, a game like this kind of justifying the addition of BO3s in this major stage. Quite a bounce back, and may the better team win on Overpass.
Terrorists win.
Because safe to say at this point, no one's thinking about a comeback.
MOUZ finish this one dominantly. Looking towards Banana. It's an area of the map that belonged to them all throughout this game, but they will get turned away.
Banana's closed this game. Didn't you read the papers?
Still, I think if you're MOUZ, you don't feel like any round is impossible.
What are we trying to do here, boys? Boost up. Torshi over the top, and that is a nice little grab onto Fallen. If you were going to win a 3v5, that would be how to begin it. An MTB bomb site with YEKINDAR playing CT, and he's not had a great time here. So MOUZ with a great chance to win this in a two-man disadvantage.
Toying with getting this smoke in is KScerato, but they're ahead of it. They're in the bomb site. YEKINDAR playing it through that smoke, gives it away. Trade back for Spinks, and this 3v5 is dangerously close to happening. Yuri on the other side of the map. Molidoy, the only man on the scene for FURIA. MOUZ have plenty of time to get comfortable and choose how they want to play this post plant. Both on this line, both on this angle. Molidoy chains them together.
Okay.
It's an important kills. A third round for FURIA, but they're not even treading water. They're fighting against the current right now. MOUZ, just one of these type of rounds, one Hail Mary play, one grouped push, one massive moment from Torshi. Out from winning on Inferno. And you see it's not getting to them whatsoever.
They're just laughing it off. A very winnable 2v2 there, but feeling a bit impatient in their positions, wanting to force the fight, and well handled by Molidoy, but doesn't it just feel like a matter of time? 12-3. Someone give Torshi a gun. Look at the game he's had. He's on a deagle.
We all know the best player gets the D.
Haha. FURIA looking to take space back. Because if they are going to win, they're not going to do it by being scared. Right down Banana, falling ahead of the smoke. Show some presence before they pull back. And MOUZ actually jump, realizing there's a heavy B setup. They realize there's a gap. Look to try and take it on this A site. Nades do not land. And damage done on the spam. FURIA still threatening in this round, have done a lot to the way of MOUZ.
But they burnt a lot of their util early. They're left with next to nothing here, and there's still a minute left on the clock.
At least MOUZ are low. It's going to make a lot of these fights easier.
Was holding for a regress right as Molidoy came knocking round this corner. He's peeled off. Rest of MOUZ returning to Banana, but because Molidoy doesn't hear anything in top middle, FURIA will play a bit of a stack here. They say to Fallen, do what you can, don't worry. We've prepped for this. Eyes in the sight to try and hold on. That one kill for Spinks gives you a moment of pause, but 30 seconds, they're gonna try their luck at this B site.
Don't know.
This trade for YEKINDAR. He decides to delay it.
No.
Molly goes in, YEKINDAR still gets it. And Spinks arriving late to the party. No idea where YEKINDAR's gotten to in this downtime, and he should have it, but Spinks is real quick. Left down to a 1v1. The flanker becomes the flankee. Yuri closing in Banana side. Spinks would have to nail this headshot. First time of asking if he wants to seal the deal on Inferno. Yuri puts him down.
Skin of their teeth, FURIA. That was a centimeter away from a headshot from Spinks. Got a feel for YEKINDAR. He's just not had the read for the game. I love the reposition, but it's the re-peek on Spinks throwing nades, thinking he has the timing. Could have waited for the plant. Very frustrating game for YEKINDAR, I'm sure. A lot has just not gone his way. Hard to get a read when you're this down and out. And MOUZ, they can shrug off another round loss. It comes down to the wire yet again. But that does put them on pistols. Money is the limiting factor. FURIA's 5th, facing them down. Triple nades. That's That's all MOUZ have to work with, hoping for this early kill up B. And it might not be a bad shout here. They go dunking in. Big damage. Fallen gets out.
Knows he's done enough at that point, right? No need to hang around, allow that spill over. Instead, just waits for KScERATO to arrive.
Very cool for MOUZ to cheat a kill that way. Just wait till FURIA feel like they have banana and are playing at the half wall. And with Spinks having armor, it gives this AK intrigue in middle. He's going to get dry fights. He's going to get 1v1s. And with a couple of well-placed headshots, suddenly we're back on. Nice timing from Molodoi. Collects and connects here for 5. FURIA step by step in the right direction. And now matched MOUZ's output on Nuke. That's something at least after this dominant first half. So it's 12-2. FURIA are still doing what they can.
KScERATO, dead first and opening.
There we go.
A double entry out of Brolin. He's been full of these across the series. And so is this now the beginning of the end? Handed an aggressive move out of FURIA, 5v3. And no better chance to close than this one. They've been clawing back close moments from man disadvantages. Well, here, everything's meant to be going their way, and YEKINDAR hangs around to fight this, doesn't get out with more than one. The rest of FURIA on the other end of the map. MOUZ looking for a dominant return to form on FURIA's map pick.
Yeah, YEKINDAR just had to drop his smoke and get out there. That was the only way FURIA could have won the round. That, or he lines up everybody and gets a multi-kill, but it's only damage done, flank contained. Nade is nice, but I don't know how you win this round. You probably don't now. Fallen 1v4, and MOUZ do not wait long to finish what they started on that CT side. An impressive game out of MOUZ. In fact, a CT side that will need to be studied by future opponents on this map, because MOUZ have come to play on Inferno. FURIA's map pick, and it goes out the window. 13-5 for MOUZ. A statement made back the way of FURIA after an impressive Nuke debut. Overpass is our decider. May the best team win. In this series, but let's lock in here because things might just get close. Things might get competitive. MOUZ have not lost this map in 2026. They've won it 10 times straight, even 4 times since Alex joined the roster. For FURIA, yes, they've had trouble in 2026, but last year it was one of their go-tos. 15 wins to 3 losses, beating teams like Vitality, beating MOUZ, beating Mongols, taking on everyone who would risk it. And so if FURIA can tap back into 2025 and some of the success they've had on Overpass, this could be a banger.
Molodoi gonna get you an opening, a 5v4. Oh, and what if he makes it one better? That's a clean follow-up there.
This is the guy you want showing up on this third map when Torch has been popping off all tournament long, and now Molodoi gets a chance to shine on CT Overpass of all places.
See Sid trying to hype the gang up. You could tell they were just feeling a little lost on Inferno. The MOUZ game plan working too strong.
Especially when you have YEKINDAR as such a vocal piece of this team, and his whole game is just getting double naded or just getting re-peeked, getting flash peeked, misreading. You know, it doesn't help your comms at all when one of your most vocal players has nothing good to say. FURIA haven't wavered 4 strong on this B site. MOUZ are coming in.
I think even that would just do a lot to cut the tension. Feel like you had a good read. And so, yeah, in come MOUZ right into this stack. Result pretty predictable right now. Looking to be a clean finish for FURIA. With You'd love YEKINDAR to get his one, and there he is delivering it. What should be an impossible clutch for Exertion. 4 players in front of him, ready to swing and peek to assist each other. Exertion will get cut down. Big start for Molodoi.
Absolutely. He is the guy to watch out for on this CT side. Has had so many highlights on the A-bomb side on this map. FURIA put a lot of faith in him, put a lot of resources into getting that AWP, something we didn't even see last map from Molodoi because they had no success. They were just buying, ecoing, getting rifles every time. So Molodoi with a chance to shine in this first half. MOUZ want guns ASAP, full eco now. And sure, MOUZ have had different rosters playing this season, but to think that they're 10-0 on Overpass is shocking. Beating solid Overpass teams as well in that run. Foot, Paravision, even Astralis, who at that point were proving to be a force to be reckoned with on this map. Well, they're boxed in this tunnel. YEKINDAR makes sure of it. And so MOUZ will pick up the pace. Get him.
Counter-terrorists win.
I mean, this is a MOUZ who have managed to make a playoff berth at every major in CS2. It was after Budapest that you finally kind of floated the idea of changes. They made it at a weird timing in the season. If there was a major where you were going to give them the kind of benefit of the doubt, be willing to overlook a step down, right? It would be this one with Brolin coming back into the roster on the back of those mid-season changes. The idea that they could be 2-0 up after the first 2 days is crazy to think about.
But this is going to be a difficult half that you have to earn important T gun rounds. Losing the pistol, T-side overpass, it's an uphill battle.
Strength to strength here, an opening as FURIA try and clamp down upon the mid control. Zelex, the sole survivor from this mid take.
Oh, the jump, he can't get out. Runs into the wall. Chaos forced in middle by FURIA. The reset from Yuri is nice. It means that no easy entry granted back to MOUZ in this man-down round. Patiently waiting a mistake Yuri won't give them. MOUZ walk through middle. All these timings open to Yuri, has to consider. Spots the bomb. There's no one in the A site. Oh, what a dink. Spinks can't even get around the corner. FURIA have to think about rotating.
You've done good damage, you've kept the pressure on, but this A site, no closer to having players in it to defend.
This is scary.
Down to a retake now, and a chance to play around this bomb for MOUZ. How do they try it? Zelex goes back, plays in the toilets. He's the guy this round is set up for if it comes down to a clutch. You would love Spinks to thin the herd. You would love him to get one. Make Zelex's life that much easier.
Audacious position. Spotted on long, damage done, but Spinks still needs his one kill. It comes through. Spinks falls. Zelex's time to shine.
There's not a lot of time left on this bomb. Zelex, one swing, one fight. That could win you this round. Goes for the bomb planter. Doesn't get him off. FURIA leave it down to the retake. It was a bit touch and go for a second. They get it on the board. 3-0.
Yeah, nice try for Zelex. Like what he's doing there, just trying to kill the the diffuser rather, and hope that FURIA's trade is a little slow. Would mean he'd win the round to the clock. But great cover. Yuri doesn't let it happen. He's been clutch in this series already. And so FURIA 3-0, MOUZ back to pistols. And this uphill battle gets a little bit more incline.
You touched upon MOUZ's record here, though, on Overpass and how good it looks. When you're accustomed to playing the map, when you've had good results on it, you know it's a real second half map when you start on this T side. This is about staying in the game, keeping yourselves afloat, giving yourself a tiny bit of breathing room in that second half.
It's also about just, yeah, keeping your head in it. Knowing you might go down 6-0, 7-0 and still have to come back. It's doable. A-pop coming in.
Molodoi loses his teammates, so can't hang around to fight this. Rallies a shot through. It's Zelex playing close. Break on that smoke. They see a truck player. They know about Spinks. Trying to begin this retake. They've been blocked by the util. Are they going to wait for this? Feel like maybe they have to. They want to try and force these fights up against the low econ round, so you're going to leave yourself strapped for time, but openings come flooding through. Exertion cut down, and it's only Torshi left. Felt like he couldn't set a foot wrong back on Inferno, but armed only with a P250 here. Should be a quick finish for FURIA. Oh! Gets his on his way out. Makes it an expensive round at least. The thing that's striking a bit of fear into the minds of MOUZ is the 10-1 start on Molodoi.
Yeah, he is hitting hard. It's going to force MOUZ into some B executed coming soon, and we've already seen FURIA's inclination to lean heavy on that B bomb site in these 4 rounds of play. So they've got a lot of trust in Molodoi, and he's got trust in them. It's a solid start for FURIA. It's a standard start on CT side Overpass. And MOUZ's damage only matters if they can capitalize.
MOUZ got to experience what it was like to have an AWPer who doesn't miss. Now it's FURIA's turn.
I mean, these guys were 5B at the start of this round. YEKINDAR was down connector, throwing utility. Nice shot for Molodoi. New position for the AWP, but the same old results. 2 excellent opening kills. Oh, that smoke fade is crazy. YEKINDAR sees right through it. And so this round dead in the water, literally.
Never even began for MOUZ. Waiting to bring the rifles back out. That's what you've been looking forward to, and your round ends in seconds. 2 entries from the Molodoi AWP was already enough. The follow-up from YEKINDAR, just insurance. And this has been a save for Torshi since those kills came in. 1.5 minutes, you've written the round off. And Torshi just hoping to survive the night. Molodoi's coming to try and take this AWP away. As are the rest of FURIA. Yuri closing in alongside, Fallen, pincering on this monster push.
Oh, Molodoi loves a repeat, doesn't he?
This will not be an easy save for Torshi. Keeping this AWP in play is the furthest thing from guaranteed. YEKINDAR also hunting. They know exactly where he is. There is nowhere left for Torshi to be. And as they close in, they might even decide to try and go for this after time. YEKINDAR just pouncing early, knocks that AWP out of play. Molodoi didn't get to pilot an AWP on that previous map. But look at him go once he gets one on Overpass.
Clinical start here for FURIA. MOUZ with a timeout. It's not too late to recover this T-side, as we've already established. This is commonplace on Overpass. But what is the remedy to this situation for MOUZ? Because very quickly this whole game can disappear in your T side and you never get a chance to come back. It's all about giving yourself enough room to do so.
It's just been 2 rounds, okay? Yeah. Remember what we worked on. In the moment that they make it tough for us, take a step forwards, okay? Yeah. Stop being lazy now. Put your energy into the game. We're gonna win this game, but I need some fucking fire. Yeah.
All right, trying to get fired up. Let's see something a bit more pacey. What Cyclone said, when FURIA try and make it hard for them, go through, power up. Needing a bit more energy, they fling themselves into these mid-fights, and it's to their dismay. YEKINDAR Swift to return with a double. Spinks hoping to take some space, trying to play his line out into this B site, goes right in to a waiting Yuri.
And that's the issue with this map. When you lose your opening kill, you lose maybe a double kill, there's nothing, there's no way back in. FURIA have 3 players on crossfire setups in B. Spinks is taking a good timing. He's got a player not looking at him, but Yuri has the cross. There is no easy entry back in. There is no free lunch in this map. And so MOUZ come through with a plan, they come through with aggression, they run into the bulldozer that is YEKINDAR. What a return. After a poor Inferno, YEKINDAR is back in business.
Yeah, just a feel-good round, isn't it? Get a double kill straight away to get things going. And a spot of revenge here for YEKINDAR, who was hard counted at Banana. Guy didn't get to play Inferno as far as he's concerned. But now giving them a taste of their own medicine. This is what it feels like when you're getting shut down. Molidoy now going to take his timing. Peek out in a mid. Been a very active CT side from FURIA. They're not sitting back. Always keen to get involved. This time, a rare opening for MOUZ on their partial. 5v4. Thanks to Zelex. Now, Rookie's provided something for them.
Yeah, you have to win this round. I know it's only pistols at this point, but got to make do with the advantage. Put this gun to use. Especially with the setup FURIA are giving you, looking to play post-point on this B-bomb site. So much room given over to MOUZ. Heaven Smoke would leave only 1 player available to fight. That's fallen back at APC. Pop coming in for MOUZ. Xertion long way away. Still trying to keep some presence on this top side.
I mean, you kind of, you know what you're up against. You know FURIA like to hedge their bets on these B plays, and so you feel like you always have to fake something at A. You have to keep 2 players there.
Did he see them? Doesn't look like it. Block comes out though, and MOUZ jumping in.
They're going to try and go ahead of this, throw the timing through a loop. Fallen can't control the spray. Serato, one of the dome. Exertion's going to finish the job. So an unlikely round, but you see the advantage of getting that opening kill. MOUZ able to break through this B hold. And now onto the retake. Molidoy, a labored fight there.
Okay, 2v2, but they're low health. This is a decision to make. They got the money if they want to risk it, but the unlikelihood of winning it, that is enough to send them out of this one. MOUZ will get on the board, get in the game, and it was about time. Huge opener for Zelex. Finally, a 5v4 untraded for MOUZ. That is their first opening kill of the game. And boy, do MOUZ use it, popping through that short smoke, perfect timing, catching Fallen, throwing monster flashes to fake out.
I think if you're FURIA, you tell yourself, we can write that off. It's unfortunate we lose the opening, but I think for MOUZ, a round like that really refocuses you. It puts into perspective just how doable this is. That was a Tech 9 round, 1 entry shaping everything. And so you tell yourselves, look, if we can get a couple more opening fights, if we can find some of these 5v4s, you can still more than recover this half. We might be 8 rounds deep, but it feels like everything is still to play for. And there's Torshi driving home the importance of exactly that entry kill.
Yeah, I wonder how YEKINDAR plays towards connector now. Will he just be supportive for Molidoy and be a bit more patient here in middle as MOUZ now get this control a lot faster than before?
On the other side, you have conditioned MOUZ to worry about these early mid starts, so they're burning through a lot of their util, taking empty space.
Oh.
Damage done on a YEKINDAR, knows he can't run the risk of going down early, he'll back off.
This is still a scary position for Molidoy. They can walk the smoke.
Can't hang around forever. So back into a passive setup in A. Even exchanging some blows with YEKINDAR lets you know it's only a triple B start for FURIA. Util now reigns in, finding good chip damage on Serato.
Molidoy has to do so much in this round because YEKINDAR's on 1 shot from death. But Molodoi is 13-1, and he's been waiting all round for this fight.
Plays ahead of that smoke, expects MOUZ to do the same. Missed shot on the follow-up, but Molodoi nails it. Going back in for even more, feeling like he had to be the hero. Molodoi gets cut down, but rotates start to arrive. FURIA plugging these holes in at the A site.
TikTok.
Torshi looking for space. That's what MOUZ desperately need. Feels like he's got a player pinned in at truck, and that only baits him into the crossfire.
Ow.
Exertion, no bomb plant, no chance.
KScirato gets revenge with that nade, eh? Throws it right back in MOUZ's face to deny any bomb plant with seconds remaining. And YEKINDAR, what a move through the smoke. Pushed up very close, very spammable position, but it's him that adds the chaos. Molodoi 2 kills off the AWP, then YEKINDAR comes through, walks through his own smoke and finds the bomb. That ruins the MOUZ round, and immediately after winning an eco, broken again. There is no rest for MOUZ in this T side. It is such an uphill battle. FURIA are not making it easy. 15-2 on Molodoi. Absolute rock of this game. This A site feels extremely difficult to get through.
When your AWPs are multi-killing in sight holds, the CT side can just get so tricky to break through. MOUZ, they're well aware of that. They just leveled this against FURIA on Inferno. Torshi couldn't set a foot wrong. But now that pleasure goes the way of Molodoi, and you see frustration starting to set in for MOUZ. We were emphasizing how on this T side you only need a handful of rounds. They're running out of opportunities to manage that.
Yeah, you might feel like you have to go for a gut punch here into this B bomb site. Something faster. Hope you can catch FURIA off guard. But both rounds that MOUZ have started, 4B, have been the rounds that Molodoi is here with the AWP. So another perfect position for Molodoi. That flash hit's fallen. Do they realize? He's going to get a chance to back out, re-smoke. MOUZ still want to come through the second volley. Molodoi off the boost, finds the short player. And so
it should
MOUZ
already get you second guessing, committing to this B play, right? You see the AWP there, you're thinking it's a 4B start. And so at bare minimum, you have to slow down. Give time for them to rotate that AWP out. That's exactly what's happening. You can go on a second timing here. That's fine if you're MOUZ. Gives you time to pull in a little gimmick such as this. But no one barrels, the boost won't see a thing.
Nothing coming for free. FURIA not offering any entries up, and even this double monster setup. KScirato, he's just confident, peeks in, drops that deagle. Exertion might get a chance to trade out and connects his shot. Fallen also swings, maybe getting ahead of yourself here, FURIA, but it's fine if you find the kills. One rifle remains, and not for long. Flash peek should finish it. It's backside, but 20 seconds, and all of FURIA here to fight.
5 bullets left in this AK, 15 seconds. There's a plethora going against Exertion in that clutch. And a team ace for FURIA as everyone pulls their weight in that sight hold.
I mean, FURIA have had enough. They're tired of waiting around. We have both players on the monster setup, peeking one by one. It's a little audacious here for FURIA, but it's absolutely fine. Everybody does their job. And MOUZ, those scraps, they're getting eaten up right now. There's only a couple rounds left of this half. Boost AWP for the aggressive mid play that YEKINDAR has done all game long, but even he dodges that shot. And a Torshi miss, feeling impossible to imagine back last map. But he won't get many chances on this AWP. Every miss compounds.
It's a bit of a notable difference in this beatdown compared to the previous, right? Molodoi never really got to don the AWP. He was T-side of Inferno. Really struggling to get anything done on the rifles, but Torshi has had AWPs here on this T-half. Better map for it. After this slow start, has just been unable to provide entries for MOUZ.
This is also a map that Spinks is often masterful at, but I can't tell you where he's even been. 1 and 8. Just been getting massacred alongside his team. No hero in this game. Exertion, the only one even. And MOUZ go for a pop.
Gonna try and get in. Good flashes.
Oh,
Shut down. It's a turnaround for FURIA. They might have been blind. The moment they regain vision, their revenge is swift. Torshi hits a no-scope. Does that give you some faith? He's got exertion here alongside him. That Torshi finally providing, and they know that Keisarato's boxed in. Quite the turnaround here for MOUZ. They've got to deliver on the promise of this round. YEKINDAR comes through, fires off to try and stop that bomb plant, and that gives up the aim of the game. And MOUZ, unlikely round, comes through the pipeline, and that gets them fired up.
Yeah, that's huge. It gives MOUZ a chance for this 4-round half. That is absolutely enough if they can do it. That's a 2v4 out of MOUZ in the blink of an eye. We have Torshi hitting no scopes in the site. Everyone full blind, including MOUZ, by the way, off their own flashes. No one can see squat. And as it fades, so do FURIA. Some shocking shots out of MOUZ to make that round happen. There is still hope. There is still time. There is still a chance for MOUZ. 2 players with 1 kill. MOUZ are coming through Monster again. Only a probe.
It's a 4-man start here because YEKINDAR's aggressive out in middle. Torshi's got reinforcements on the way, and so maybe the chance to brave this aggressive player just head on. Torshi dead first. Got to flush out YEKINDAR, can't let him get away with the multi-kill. And so Exertion, a must-win fight, an important trade, keeps things even.
Honestly, the flash was terrible. Like, it was so obvious for YEKINDAR if it's for that position. It bounced wrong. He gave him so much time, he even almost doubted there was a player coming.
Even spotting the bomb there, though, is good info for FURIA. Brings a second player up into this top site.
Hello.
Yuri reinforces. Boost over the top. Molidoy given a freebie.
Uh-oh.
Now eyes on to the toilets. The Molidoy orb just getting fed chances. Oh, won't connect on the third. Drive-by for Spinks. Are they ready for Yuri? Same position, same exact place. And as they hand the clutch off to their rookies, not cut out for it. FURIA coming for double digits on this CT side. And every chance MOUZ have had at these breakthroughs, the opportunity to break FURIA's money and go on a bit of a streak on this T side, just getting decisively denied.
And sure, it's CT side overpass, right? Don't be surprised to see FURIA running away. But as I said, coming into this game, expecting something. It was last year that FURIA had a great run on this map. This year, it's been shaky. They're in the negative in the win rate. They've lost to some awkward teams. They've had some awkward CT sides. It's not been the FURIA of 2025. So this is a reassuring half of Counter-Strike from FURIA on this go-to map versus a MOUZ that have never lost it in 2026. But a new level, and MOUZ just desperate, charging again.
That's all they've really been left with. Go quickly to their doom as FURIA shut it out convincingly. Double digits on the half. Revenge may be a dish, best served ice cold, non-starter for MOUZ. They've now got a CT side. They've got to hope they can fall back on it if they want to recover in this series.
the flash. That's going to catch Crims out. They're going to push on through. MBK gets one, but Crims with a spray down. He gets himself the triple. And Fnatic are not done yet.
Can you believe it? FURIA, absolute smoke show on Overpass as they rally together. 10 defensive rounds on this third map. It's a decider, and it's almost decided. MOUZ, nothing to talk about, nothing to show in this third and final on Overpass. After an outstanding Inferno, winning FURIA's map pick, locking them out of Banana. The game plan was great, but there's only so much you can do on the T side of Overpass.
Cool. Let's keep listening to each other, play tight situations, pick together stuff. Don't be afraid to control stuff together. That's it.
Well, compare that to Cycro and the stress that MOUZ were experiencing in that first half. FURIA feeling none of it. Not out of the woods, of course, but pistol round can essentially decide this game.
Yeah, that's the stressful part of this, right? You've seen some crazy CT comebacks here on this very map. It's one that lends itself a lot to this comeback-heavy style. It's not impossible for MOUZ, but the fact that a pistol could decide your fate, that's the scary part. FURIA grouped 5 players together up through the long side. Spot there for Spinks, got the info at least that there's a bunch of players coming their way. Will that extra few seconds help MOUZ? Let's heat up here with multiple crossfires. Smoke's raining down and Exertion dead first. FURIA come looking for this real estate. They're going to try and take Bank away. Thought about it, but they hear MOUZ rotating up, deciding against it. Now kind of pincered both sides. MOUZ playing it forward, clamping down on this retake. It's only Molidoy. Oh, he might just be enough. 2 quick kills, but Brolin shuts him down. Whew. And a retake for MOUZ. That was a requirement if they wanted any chance at this CT comeback.
Couple P250 shots make you sweat for a second there, but MOUZ do clamp down. An uncomfortable post plant for FURIA where they can find no room in that bomb site. Just get stuck out on the SWAT van. So MOUZ able to initiate fast on that post plant and put the pistol down, giving us a game after all. Force buy justified here by FURIA. As MOUZ find their second pistol all series. Oh dear. That's Molidoy dry in Monster, 22-5, picking Brolin. Oh, not again.
Follow-up damage.
Poised very well now our FURIA on this force buy. You'll notice Torshi has an AWP.
I mean, think about that first half, right? One of MOUZ's 2 rounds was a low econ round, not too dissimilar to this, where they forced that opening kill in the connector. Here, Brolin makes an unforced error, a swing out on the Monster side, and gives away that opening to the top performer of FURIA.
If FURIA knew there was an AWP on this A side, they would not be going A.
I mean, the one piece of util you feel kind of flush with in these type of rounds are those flashes. You got 2 of them on Fallen. Can try and knock this AWP off the line. Torshi's even missed that timing as they encroach up through short.
This is not ending A.
Almost left all the way back over here at T-Ramp. So this is nothing more than a ruse. How much is it going to get away with? Torshi, couple of awkward missed timings. Dink down range onto Spinks.
They're leaving.
And the full rotate for MOUZ leaves the B site empty. Exertion, cursory glance down in towards lower as the A side play eases up. AWP here alongside, and they stop that bomb in its tracks. Recovery mission now. Molidoy clawing back another. Is Galil the reason that FURIA are in this round in the first place?
Oh.
And the whole time you've got to be mindful there were multiple players on this lurk. Yuri playing it forward. K-Serato in with the next. Swift path to redemption for FURIA. They lose the pistol, they win on the force. That's worst case scenario for MOUZ. And Spinks is gonna die to this bomb. There is no way he can escape with this M4. Would have to battle past Yuri in the heavens. You stand to lose everything here. And I don't think Spinks can put enough distance between himself and this bomb.
Maybe. Oh, it's close. Only because Yuri drops into that site. Furia, though, still win a huge round off the back of Molodoi. But what a great call. You wonder if Furia actually realized that MOUZ could have had an AWP in that round. Torchy got 2 in the pistol, plus a defuse. That's an orb. But yeah, the perfect call. Taking Toilet's control, front side smoke, eludes MOUZ's vision. Torchy's feeling paranoid. He's only got so many angles. And then MOUZ is full rotate off of the first contact. Furia take the space. If anything, they could have gone quicker out B. It was a really nice set piece here from Furia. What a way to force that round win. Post plant is just theirs. Nothing MOUZ can do. And every little bit that mattered, every bit of damage, every dink, it all impacted MOUZ in this post plant. Even allowing Yuri to flank. That is a disastrous round to lose here for MOUZ. It might just end the map for them.
Oh, Molodoi is Torchy's biggest fan. Thanks him for buying that AWP. Because now he gets to run it up against this force right at the tail end of Overpass.
Oh, 1M4 saved, put to use. Fallen found in middle with no option to trade. Furia are up long. Smoke will force a rotation. Brolin goes back up. We've got double B short with a boost. So MOUZ are hedging their bets in this round, gambling that no one walks out B. It's a good call.
YEKINDAR just missed Torchy on that reposition. We know how strong this 5-7 is up close. Boost got dismantled down towards connector. They have a 1v1 in con. Spinks left here all alone.
Got to clear him out. Timing is everything.
Furia do want to win this. They can't let Spinks milk this for any more than 1 kill. Oh. They'll shut him down straight away. So 3v4 taking shape. Con control snatched back, and MOUZ suddenly the map gets plunged into darkness. They don't know where this is ending up. Molodoi's killing the AWP only makes you more uncertain. They'll start to scramble bodies down towards B. Exertion can hear this exec coming in. Damage done, he'll finish off KScerato. That Molodoi AWP is closing in quickly, but they need that bomb plant, and Exertion denies it. No winning this for Molodoi. Round snatched back, as MOUZ's force will prevail.
Oh, Exertion absolutely saving them on the B site in this force buy. MOUZ love the gamble, realizing that in a round like this where MOUZ have low money and Furia have 4 guns and an AWP, why would they go out monster? Maybe they'll post the AWP there, but let's just concede this position entirely. It would be a crazy call for Furia to go for a monster pop. So they play for everything else. Boost up on short. Still gives them control towards B. Triple A setup. Desperate 5-7. Overwhelming YEKINDAR. And the round just crumbles here for Furia. AWP save is a massive victory in the short term, but only if they can use it well.
You got to expect a more passive round here from this MOUZ squad, kind of turtling up. They know that AWP is going to be roaming. They know it's going to be looking for those early peaks. And so it's about giving it as few chances as possible to get involved. You don't have one for this CT side to match it. And you don't have the room for another one of these unforced errors. It was Brolin extending last time around that gave away that opening 5v4 to Molodoi.
So he's going to throw himself right at the forefront. Look for a jump spot. An over peak. Anything. Meanwhile, Furia hunt entries out monster. That flash does catch their team. Got to cancel that one. Molodoi might shuffle into this boost, unsuspecting. Shadow spotted, and this looks like the opening kill. Exertion's got it. AWP out of commission here for Furia. but that's a giveaway.
Just wanted to try and get more damage out of that, and it's ended up handing the advantage back.
Really strange to see the jump. He got the nade in, didn't need to jump for the info. Mistake that might cost MOUZ if their team can't hold this site.
Brolin and Zelex have not been having the best of games here on the turn into map 3. 8 kills between them. They've got 4 players from FURIA about to come their way. Flashes kickstart this push. Crossing into the site, hoping the spam nets you an opening, but it won't connect. Yuri on the orb misses his opportunity, and Spinks is quick to shut it down. Clamping down upon that B play is MOUZ. And Torshi, rounds later, gets his orb back.
Oh yeah, he brought that round 2, and here we go. Another chance to use it, forcing himself into the site with a triple. Can't overstate how important that front sight smoke is, that old Na'Vi smoke, because that absolutely saved 2 blind MOUZ players from getting overwhelmed. Those rifles were getting awfully close, but bailed out by strong utility. MOUZ locked down this B-bomb site. Believing again now, they've finally broken FURIA. This back and forth of Eco Force has been put to rest, and it's just Glocks running at you. That's awkward, but it should be fine. It should have been fine. Yuri's got himself an AWP. He is sending it.
Yeah, look at him go, trying to take as much space as he can. Yuri had to hit that flick, and if he does, rounds unraveled. Exertion able to close in on a very aggressive Yuri with hot hands.
Catch your breath. This is an eco after all. Info, though, given over. Now Keserato lost to the hands of time. He's found the gap, but for how long? Brolin gets curious again.
Trying to walk it in the right-hand side. Brolin goes about it the right way. Wide swing, no worries. Little more expensive than you would have liked. They didn't get that AWP, I don't think. But able to buy around it all the same. No AWP for Molodoi. Torshi has his on the MOUZ side. Only 5 rounds the difference. These games, CT Overpass can close up very, very quickly.
Scary spot to be in here for both teams. No one feeling safe. MOUZ with a lot of room to catch up on, and FURIA with the hardest part of the map, which is to close it out on the T side of Overpass. No one is safe. You can see from brief moments we're getting on camera from MOUZ how Torshi's trying to bring energy, bring them back into this game. Can FURIA pull out a pocket strat similar to their second round in this half that got them in the game?
Oh, if this is fast B, that could be a disaster. It's a triple A lean for MOUZ out of spawn. And so Brolin just brushed aside straight away. This one's going to come down to a retake. Zelex tries to throw himself in there, look for anything to stop the bleeding. That's only made matters worse, and MOUZ have to write this one off.
Love that call for FURIA, not insta rush, not just spamming flashes. They wait a few seconds, they let MOUZ get seemingly comfortable. Brolin even pulls a molly out, but they're already beating that timing. And FURIA, a couple of flashbangs, find that key entry. YEKINDAR breaks the front door down, and that is FURIA onto match point. Looking for 2-0 here in the Swiss stage. Putting FURIA a game away from playoffs in the Lanxess.
That's just rough, isn't it? It feels like MOUZ are expecting a bit more respect in this round, something a bit more standard out of FURIA.
I really like it though for FURIA because, you know, playing into the default, letting Torshi warm up on the AWP, playing these slow rounds, that's, you know, those are hard. Those are lots of room for error, and we've seen already these hits from FURIA come down to 15, 20 seconds where a lot can go wrong. So take matters into their own hands and just go for the B pop. You have, right now, you have the room to do it. Maybe you don't want to make that call at 11-11, but you will make it at 11-6, and that should just take all the pressure off to close this series. Molodoi 7-1 on opening duels, 24-7. CT masterclass, not wasted yet. Oh, this is late peak for Xertion. They're walking in.
Able to get gone on in time. Follow up from Brolin, but now they know where he is. Have him trapped at this pillar. And he's living on borrowed time. Zelex must needed trade from the back of the site. Rotate's getting scrambled. They'll link up down here at lower. FURIA still just following through, sticking to their guns. They plan for this to be the B hit, and so that's what it's going to be. Alt fires off from the heaven side, and they know that Zelex is here somewhere. They've got him pinned in down in the water. This is not easy for MOUZ's rookie. Torshi's got the cover, and Zelex follows through.
What happened with that flash? It looked dead on. Torshi is shocked. He even got that shot off. They were trying to flash Torshi off just to hunt down Zelex. But Torshi remains with vision, covers his teammate. Zelex capitalizes. Very good save there from MOUZ. FURIA completely caught them off guard on that boost, but Yuri didn't want to trade. He didn't want to swing out on his own and dig that hole deeper. MOUZ saved themselves, and they can break FURIA's money right here.
Now's the time for Fallen to try and take advantage of some of this conditioning. You've got MOUZ very paranoid about the B plays. You're expecting a heavier start there. Still aggression from MOUZ on this CT half. Two players pushed up in middle. Torshi, Orp, and Spinks roaming with him. Torshi will depart, but they'll leave Spinks out towards Party.
You're dead.
Serato's got the spot here. Closing in on Zelex.
Wow.
All the info for Serato, but the opener goes the other way.
Late burn on Spinks. He thought he was safe. Torshi smoked off, loses info on A.
That's forced rotations. It's dragged Exertion in towards the top site, leaving the B hold down to 2. Brolin, this has not been a comfortable spot on the map for him. He has been getting destroyed in these opening fights. A real vulnerability that FURIA have been exploiting down on B.
Yeah, and Zelex, the rookie, Xertion knows he has to help him out here on this B bomb site. Well, FURIA read that. They look like they'd rather go into this AWP, but it is all alone. So a single missed shot from Torshi can end this series for once and for all.
Nails the first one. Now you've learned about that AWP. Not uncommon to see one player lurking, so Torshi actually hangs around, but they miss their chance to punish. This is info. Exertion begins his rotate up. How much time can Torshi buy? Nothing more than a couple of seconds. YEKINDAR now playing it forward. Ices out Exertion. And for Zelex, an impossible task ahead of him. Rotating in late to the party, all alone, 1v3 versus an entrenched FURIA. Was a good effort to try and recover here out of MOUZ. Zelex has pulled his weight on this CT half, but expecting him to do anything here, well, that's wishful thinking. And as he arrives, he is quickly shut out of it. A recovery from FURIA as Molodoi shines at the tail end of this BO3. Now just a game away from those playoffs. And one hell of a recovery after getting destroyed on their map pick.
Yeah, we said renewed form for FURIA.